It's not Pong! That's not a Pong thing! Yo, what's going on there, dude? Fuck that. This isn't fucking Fortnite, bro. I don't want to see fucking Goku in my game. You get like Nicki Minaj just twerking in your game or some shit. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Okay, it's quite spicy, guys. What is this? No region lock in Diablo 4. In a press earlier this week, Blizzard stated that Diablo 4 will have no region locking. That way, players across the globe will be able to play together on all platforms. That's kind of cool. Okay. Aspects of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. Joe Shelley stated that we are working with a large number of developers turn Diablo 4 into the game with lots of different aspects from earlier Diablo iteration. The systems optimization from D2 and the seamless combat from Diablo 3 and names examples. Locking in character progression. We have learned recently that Blizzard intends to give players a sense. I mean, this thing. What does that even mean, by the way? Like, who from D2 still works at Blizzard? Like, is it any of the original founding D2 guys still working there to like give them some fucking backseat advice on how to make itemization good? Or is it like, are they talking about like they've got Wyatt Chang there being like, bruh, you need to add in a shop where you can pay to win, okay, homie? Because, you know, hey, and then do you know I have phones? Like, why is this not on the phone as well? We should get this on the phone. Like, what does that even mean by that? You know, what? Who are they talking about? Is working there that's giving them backseat advice? Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Ramilati's gift, guys. All right, Ramilati's. So what we do is we just completely circumvent the entire gearing process and the entire progression of the entire game because we just basically just give everyone their best in slot gear. Okay, we just literally say like 100% is perfect gear. Let's just put them at 80% power, just immediately 30 minutes after starting the game, because that means they don't have to play the game at all and they can just see lots of big numbers and then they'll play the game for a day, get bored, and quit. But don't worry, because buffs. We only buff, and we'll give everyone 10,000% damage next patch. And then because of the big damage boost, they'll want to come back. But actually, we're going to add in new torment modes, right? So then that way there's more new content, new difficulties for that extra 10,000% damage the players gained. It'll be, trust me, dude, this is going to be, like, this will be so good. I'm a game developer, and this is exactly, like, torment, yeah. World difficulty 25. Just stop talking. Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm just molding Diablo 3 and what the fuck they did to Diablo 3. Because you gotta understand shit. Diablo 3 could be way better than what it was. Under the right direction and the right people controlling it, I feel like D3 wouldn't have been a complete dog shit dead meme. But I feel like they ruined it, right? They ruined it, right? Which scares me. We have learned recently that Blizzard intends to give players a sense of permanence when playing their characters for a long time, e.g. by increasing their respec costs and later stage of progression. Both Ferguson and Shelley confirmed this by saying that this will help players build truly unique characters as a result of the personalization and customization. Players will still be able to respec, and point-by-point respecing will always be cheaper. Players will also be able to try out skills by using plus skill items so that they can feel out an ability without needing to spec into it. However, Blizzard wants to make player choices player choices that matter when it comes to long-term characters customization. Balance between progression through power and skill. Players will finish the campaign between level 40 and 45 on average, according to Joe Shelley. Once reaching level 100, I mean, that's interesting. Once reaching level 100, there will be some sort of soft power cap because players will need to invest time and skill to find and craft better items. For example, through completing nightmare dungeons, which will be quote-unquote quite spicy in difficulty. Okay, it's quite spicy, guys. Yeah, okay, very, this language is interesting. Diablo 4's lessons learned from the other Diablo titles. Ferguson, noting that he has not been a part of the Diablo team during its quote-unquote genesis, mentions that the tone of the game is one of the key aspects. Basically, bro, I've heard this speech a million times. They just say Return to Darkness. They just talk about Return to Darkness, chat. You don't need to hear this. They're just like saying, oh, it's going to be dark and scary, guys. Joe Shelley's Roller's game director. Yo, what's going on there, dude? What is actually going on there? So, yeah, like there was another guy who was the game director, and then he got Me Too, right? And they're like, hey, Yo, Joe, you gotta step up. You gotta step up. And now, in the space of fucking 3 years or 2 years, it looks like he's aged 20 years, dude. Okay, Joe Shelley's role as game director of Diablo 4. Shelley mentions that people tell him to think of the game director position in Diablo 4 as an honor. He thinks that is true, but he also thinks about the position as responsibility towards a big team of people pouring their hearts out and souls into the game. Everyone wants the game to succeed, and they work really hard for that. He wants to make sure that everyone's hopes and dreams will make it into a final game. Ferguson adds that Shelley has been a strong leader since he took the position. Shelley stepped in immediately and made strong decisions, making sure the team gets its momentum during the development. Damn. I do wonder, like, how passionate, like, of a gamer is Joe Shelley, right? Because that's really important. How strong are his principles? Like, how, you know, is he gonna soy out, or is he gonna just be like, Giga Chad, no, this does not fit my vision. This does not go in the game. Or is he just gonna be like, oh, we should add in fucking pay-to-win mounts. Oh, well, I think, you know, it's like, I don't know, dude. It's like, it's scary. The difference between a large corporation paying someone to work for them to do a particular job versus someone creating their own company who has a vision and a dream to make a game, and then they're making the decisions, right? There's a scary difference between the two. Now, don't get me wrong, a corporation could happen to hire someone who is extremely passionate and who has got good ideas. That absolutely is possible. So Joe Shelley could be that guy. Maybe he's actually, Chris Wilson 2.0, you know, Chris Wilson with, you know, you never know, guys. He could be big. He could be big dick gaming. Skipping the story in Diablo 4, players will need to complete the story at least once on their account. All future characters, including new seasonal characters, will have the option to skip the campaign at character creation. I told you, by the way, Instability, I thought so. I thought that's what they said. Wow, so not only was it, you can just, so you don't even have to do it once per league. It's not POG! That's not a POG thing! What are you talking about? That's like spending all this money and time creating a fucking campaign, and then people just do it one time. And then you just fucking do drifts or some shit. Dude, ideally they make a campaign that's so dynamic, so cool, so interesting that you can't wait to run it every time, and it can be the favorite part of your fucking leveling experience, right? Like, holy shit, guys. It's not like, oh my god, yes, this all the shit that they spend all this time on and doing, and all these custom bosses and unique storylines and shit. Everyone just gets to skip it because it's dog shit. How do you not understand, chat, that that's not POG? That's why are people trained to think skipping content is POG? Do you think WoW boosts are POG? Like, because if you think that, then you're fucking deluded, and you think you know what you want, but you don't know what you want. Like, that's the reality. And that's the reason why World of Warcraft fucking sucks, is because people like you who say, just let us skip everything, man. Let us just do fucking dungeons forever. Just greater riffs, bro. Log in. Oh my god. Blizzard thinks the player should experience the story at least once, but after that, they should be free to choose what they want to do during the leveling process. Story being non-linear also adds to players having a lot of freedom processing through the campaign. That way, players will be able to grind out the story, but always have a place to come home when they need guidance in the World of Sanctuary. Diablo 4's open world structure. Being able to branch out in different aspects of and also different locations in the game was something the development team wanted to realize. Shelley thinks that everything taking place directly in the world of Sanctuary, even something like picking the game difficulty through visiting the world test statue instead of pressing the UI button, is really cool. Do you know what? It's like having the ability to just arbitrarily teleport at any point in the game, or like there's like this magical device that exists in the lore called a waypoint using some sort of system and that they go through, right? It makes, no, definitely, it does actually add a level of immersion. You know what, I'll agree with that. I actually will agree with that. It's like, yeah. It's like taking a portal that a mage created in World of Warcraft versus just, you know, another game where you can just instantly teleport with something called fast travel, which just like makes no fucking sense, right? It's like, what do you mean fucking, what? No, it's more immersive if there's an in-game mechanic, like a lore mechanic that allows you to do it. Like, for example, in God of War, where you would go through these, instead of just giving you a fast travel, the dwarves had this fucking system that they hacked to go through like these magic door things, there was like lore to it, right? For Ferguson, the Renown system is a prime example of Diablo 4's approach to world design. Doing all these things different in the open world not only does not provide a lot of variety, but also rewards all future characters in your account, starting a character with up to 12 skill points. So basically, you unlock 12 skill points when you do the gameplay the first time, and then when your next character starts up, you've got extra passives. Okay. Diablo 4 breaking new genre grounds. Diablo 4's approach to class and character fantasy is completely different compared to earlier Diablo iterations. The development team put a lot of work into character customization because it's been a top priority to provide unique player experience with each new character, and Shelley is really proud of that. According to Ferguson, wait, what the fuck did I just read? I just read it out. I didn't really understand what I read. The development team put a lot of work into character customization because it's a top priority for unique experience with each new character. They're really proud of it. Wait, how is this breaking new genre grounds? They're talking about, wait, just because they can select what hair color they've got? Wait, I'm pretty sure there's equal, if not more customization in something like fucking Lost Ark or something, right? Like, I don't even understand how this is breaking new genre grounds. How is this breaking new genre grounds? That's not breaking new genre grounds. They're not breaking new genre grounds. But, I mean, the biggest thing is that they're taking the ARPG into some sort of, like, semi-MMO kind of vibe. But again, I don't think they necessarily did that. Although I would say, like, Lost Ark leans more towards, like, an MMO than it is an ARPG, right? Whereas this looks like it's going to be leaning towards more ARPG than it is an MMO. So, I don't know. Okay. According to Ferguson, introducing the new quote-unquote overworld experience of Diablo game is a huge deal because Diablo 4's non-linear gameplay experience added lots of player choice. On top of that, Diablo 4 Seasons and live service aspect add a ton of content that has never been seen before in a Diablo game. I mean, we haven't seen these examples, right? So I don't know if this is until I see it, I want to see them break the new grounds, because this to me is like, no, games already exist that do this, and no, this is just, I mean, they're just talking about seasonal mechanics that are literally in, like, what the fuck, what are they doing that's gonna break new genre grounds? Bro, Path of Exile put a fucking tower defense in the game, and it was dog shit. Okay, new classes in Diablo 4. Shelley stated that it has been a tradition in Diablo games for classes to be added with expansions. Okay. He also feels sorry for fans, those classes who didn't make it into the launch version of the game. The development team tried to choose classes and their styles that players love from other Diablo games. Classes also chosen based on playstyle archetypes that we can provide. Concerns regarding backwards compatibility on all consoles. I mean, does anyone care about this? Literally, holy fuck, who cares about this? During development, the 8th generation of modern gaming consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, was taken as the minimal specs compared to the PC development. Thanks to the effects of the pandemic, Blizzard was able to test Diablo 4 on consoles more and earlier, which opened up a lot more opportunities to develop the game for all the platforms in order to reach as many players as possible. That's literally this thing that's getting sold as a positive. I think is one of the most detrimental things to Diablo 4. Is the whole idea that they're trying to reach the most people possible. I think that's just a bad thing. I think some games just need to know what they are and then just commit to that niche, right? And not try and fucking turn their game into some homogenous trash that like the most people possible can enjoy. The player count in Diablo 4's open world. Blizzard plans to show many players on the screen and only in towns and during world boss events. During adventures out in the world, a much lower number of players should be present on the screen at the same time. In addition, during campaign and quest steps, players will only see other players as if they're in the same party. Diablo 4 zones exist as different servers instances. This also includes town, and there are different population caps in place for every type of zone. So talking about sharding. Basically, it's like World of Warcraft. The town shard's gonna be different to so as you walk out of the gate, you'll phase into a different shard. So like if 100 people ran at the gate, that'll get like separated into different shards. And then when you go into another fucking scenario, you go into a different shard, like a private shard. Which, okay, it's like giga sharding. Which, do you know what? I'm okay with that because I'm playing an ARPG. I'm not playing a fucking MMO, so I actually don't care. I literally want to play the solo. I literally, like, if there was an SSF mode for Diablo 4, that's what I would be playing. Unless I do the open beta and actually multiplayer is fun as fuck and the gameplay of multiplayer is actually just better than solo. At that point, maybe I'll consider doing multiplayer shit. But you know, if all the other if Diablo 3 isn't anything to go by, or PoE, or any other, every other ARPG I play, I generally prefer solo. Diablo 4 will have moments where the world and storytelling will have space to breathe. On the other hand, systems like dungeons and strongholds will have much faster and action-packed pacing. Ferguson adds that the development has used many different tools to tell Diablo 4's story, from environmental details to pre-rendered cinematics to immerse the player as much as possible. Yo, as much as people hate on these things, I actually like pre-rendered cinematics in games. Or, wait. No, you know what? God of War did it amazing without pre-rendered cinematics. God of War did it, like, they did it so good that actually I didn't think it would have added anything if they had pre-rendered cinematics. God of War, do you know what? Maybe not. Okay. Really, 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 really good in-engine cinematics can also work. As long as the fucking mouth moves properly when they talk. And, as long as it doesn't break your immersion, like, wow, that looks shit. Look how stupid this looks. Like, I can see all this shit clipping through. His mouth isn't moving properly, all that shit. But, hey, I think if you do it, I mean, maybe the engine can handle it. Kerparian wondering who asked. The fuck is that? That's not Kerparian. Character creation Diablo 4. Ferguson states that only one joke, literally one joke Andes, guys. Wow, congratulations on being a one joke Andy. Holy shit, you guys are fucking pathetic. Okay. Character customization, character creation Diablo 4. Ferguson states that body types and physique are directly linked to Diablo 4's cast fantasies. Things like the dad bod druid and the emaciated necromancer are a core part of what defines a particular class. However, the team also wanted to provide as many customization options as possible when they set class fantasies. Epic. And the final one, this is the final one, chat, and then I'm done. I'm pretty sure I'm done after this. This is it, right? We're done after this. I think we've literally, we're at the bottom of the fucking barrel when it comes to D4 shit. Until literally tomorrow, where they're going to announce a bunch more shit, which we could look at then. Diablo 4 skill trees, the class fantasy. Diablo 4's development tried to combine classical Diablo skills with new abilities. Things like Barbarian's Whirlwind are no-brainers, of course. But the Rogue's class, for example, offers a ton of completely new skills that open up a lot of build choices thanks to the fact that the class can handle enemies both at melee and in ranged combat. In addition, the unique class mechanics introduced in Diablo 4 add a completely new layer on top of the class's skills. These mechanics add a lot of depth to class fantasy and player choice as well. The Book of the Dead mechanic, for example, offers numerous ways to not only control your own build archetype, but also small details of that particular archetype. And there it is, dude. Crossover skins and cosmetics in Diablo 4. There are no plans to include crossover skins and cosmetics. Fuck that! This isn't fucking Fortnite, bro. I don't want to see fucking Goku in my game, right? I don't want to see fucking, some fucking... I mean, maybe I would allow, like, the Witcher crossover. Or, like, something that literally is the same aesthetic. Like, a PoE crossover or a fucking crossover where it, like, okay, it doesn't break my... But even then, I don't know. That would still break my immersion, dude. I don't want... Dude, I don't want some fucking... I don't want, like, R. Kelly or, like, who the fuck... Like, imagine, like, you get, like, Nicki Minaj just twerking in your game or some shit. Like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, dude, I want Naruto, alright? I want fucking... I don't know who the fuck R. Kelly is. I'm just trying to say, like, some random shit that they have in fucking games. Some random shit. Blizzard wants Diablo 4's launch experience to be very grounded and immersive. Exactly. I'm down for that.
Because he is God Gamer. God Gamer. God.